attack. Great stim from Deth, getting out of harm's way, and the Banelings going berserk right now, trying to spread out and hit the targets as well as they possibly can. It looks like Catz did enough damage with his Banelings despite Deth's really good Marine Micro. Despite that, it looks like Catz did enough damage with the Banelings for the Mutalisk to clean up, but the damage has been done. Catz losing that gold expansion is really going to hurt. It's right back down to 2 base Zerg versus 2 base Terran, and that is never good for a Zerg player. Zerg has to be up 1 base against both Terran and Protoss, and Catz, I would like to see him double expand, re-grab the gold, get the backside expansion as well, and start to get more mutas and banelings, and even, you know, transfer some of his drones over to these new expos. Most importantly, I'd like to see him destroy these rocks, get this backside expansion, and he would be in a great spot, because Deth, most likely rather than not, will probably not be pushing out until he's secured an expansion of his own, and until he's built up a massive enough ball to feel comfortable pushing. That really is the Terran strategy. It's all about building up large armies and then rolling out before, you know, you can't just push in waves and waves and waves. That's what Zerg like to do when they're aggressive, but Terran really needs to build up that massive ball before they're able to do that. It looks like Deth now, he has cleared off his rocks. He feels comfortable enough pushing out with this army, but oh my goodness, the army on the creep, the Banelings get a huge speed bonus, but good control from Deth, pulling his Marines back. Only a few Banelings remain. Once again, good control from Deth. The Thor gets taken out, and it looks like Zerg player will fall back. Catz falling back. Deth still has some Marines left over. The dropship healing those Marines, and this Baneling, oh, only hits 1 Marine. Very good control from Deth here. This is superb control from the Terran player, constantly avoiding the Banelings. And Catz, it's really difficult to hit Banelings on Marines when they stim and run away. So very, very good control thus far. Catz needs an army. He's at 108. Terran army right now at 118. Once again, going to be pushing forward, killing off about 3 overlords. Here comes a Baneling. So once again, a great stim from the Terran player. The Banelings undecisive, don't know where to go. It looks like they will kill off several of the Marines, however, and the Mutalisk did clean up the Thor. That's the nice thing about Catz. I actually have to say, Catz control very, very good, sending the Banelings after the Marines, even though they split up, and then keeping the Mutalisk spread out over the Thor and picking it off. So far, great play from both these players. Action-packed game thus far. It looks like 20 minutes in, Catz now is going to be going for that mass expand strategy, which I do like very much. Where are the drones? There are the drones transferring over from the main over to the gold. This is going to be a nice welcome boost in income for the Zerg, and at the same time, Terran also getting his gold expansion up. So Deth looking good as well. Oh man, it is hard to tell which player is ahead right now. The creep has been spread thus far very, very well by Catz. He's actually even taken the liberty to spread behind the backside of the third natural, and you guys can see this creep even spreading over to the planetary fortress at the gold. Deth here has to start picking off these creep tumors unless he wants to just walk upon Zerg units that are just rolling on roller skates. That's how fast the Zerg units get when they're on the creep. You guys can see Catz coming into the main of the Terran. Does a little bit of damage, but decides to fall back. Wow, those dropships were exposed. That could have been a lot of damage. I would like to see Catz maybe even go for a Baneling suicidal bust on that planetary fortress. That could be a possibility. Once again, the Mutalisk coming in to do some damage, keeping the Terran player at bay. It looks like Catz is not going to be suiciding Banelings on the planetary. And you know, the reason for that is, yes, you can kill off the planetary, but then you have to be extremely careful about a massive Terran counterattack when you're low on army because you lose all your Banelings. But here we go, a Zerg player on the creep getting a huge Lynx around. The Banelings have to go after the Marines, and that is exactly what they do. Oh my goodness, Marine massacre, and all the Marines get taken out. As a result, the dropships are exposed, gonna fall to the Mutalisks. And is Deth's macro good enough to get units back home to defend against the planetary fortress against these mutas? It looks like Deth's static defense just barely holds. 2 turrets are just enough to keep the Mutalisks at bay. And Catz wisely not choosing to overcommit there, because he won that battle. If he had overcommitted, it's very likely Deth would have repaired the turrets with mass SCV, would have had enough backup to keep the Mutalisks back, and Catz would have thrown away his army advantage, because right now he should be ahead. Yeah, 135 over 105. We can see that in terms of upgrades, though, oh wow, those Mutalisks have +2. They are very, very strong Mutas. And here comes a Ling's backstab attack, but it will not work. Not with Deth. Very wisely, 1-2 Marines, 1 armor, 2 on weapons. No upgrades on the mech thus far. Deth also bringing in a Raven, but right now, Deth is behind, ladies and gentlemen. He's currently behind in food, 115 to 145. Even behind in economy, 62 under 52. And of course, Catz has 5 operational bases. Not fully operational, but 5 potentially fully operational bases. And the Terran player only at 3. So Deth is quickly running out of options. Even though he's got this absolutely amazing Marine micro, it's just not enough to deal with Banelings, especially when they have that creep bonus. They are so fast, and it almost requires 100% focus to keep your Marines away from those green Banelings. It really is quite difficult. Looks like we have another attack. The Speedlings coming in here, gonna clean up the turrets. This might open up an avenue for the Mutalisks to come straight into the main. So nice little attack there, pulling the Terran army back just a little bit. And it looks like Deth here is still, he's definitely not looking too healthy. Just kind of like what his own name is. It's literally Deth. I would like to see him try to stay on 3 bases, hold this planetary fortress, and mass up a maximum army, and then hope that Catz makes a mistake in his attack, and maybe, just maybe, then Deth will be able to come out ahead. He's definitely not out of this game, but he needs to mass up, and then hopefully, possibly make an attack before Catz gets up to Hive Tech. And look at this, Hive on the way, 2 dropships gonna drop off, 1 towards this expansion over here, tons of Marines, these Mutalisks will be able to clean up. Meanwhile, another drop going straight for the infestation pit. Great attack, all the Marines there getting destroyed. Meanwhile, back at the main, looks like the infestation pit will go down. 2-2 upgrades for those Marines. They are very, very strong. Going straight for the Spire here, but it looks like that will be largely ineffective. The Spire will finish Carapace level 1. And I think that attack was relatively well held off by Catz. Meanwhile, another Ling attack from the backside here, picking off several Marines. Now Deth making that attack happen. He's at 155. The Zerg is at 189. He needs to get a good surround. There are tanks here, however. The Ling still doing good damage at the center of the map. And oh no, Catz going to lose this expansion. That was, didn't have to lose that expo, but it looks like he's going to go straight for the gold right now. And Deth needs to stim his Marines. He needs to bring them back home. Do these Ravens have enough energy to drop PDDs? That would be extremely helpful against the Mutalisks. And oh wow, that was a very good exchange for Deth. Deth picking off a free hatchery. Catz really not doing much about it whatsoever. Here comes the next attack though, right on the creep. Good fungal growth, keeping the Marines from running away. That's the one thing Catz needs to do against those Marines, is use that fungal growth. But it looks like still a lot of Marines alive, and Catz did not bring his Mutalisks to fight in that engagement, and this could be a huge mistake. Deth here might get a free attack. He might be able to kill a free hatchery right now. What are the Mutalisks doing? Catz is going to throw this game away. He's trying to get Greater Spire up right now, and he is, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, for goodness sake. He's got some Banelings morphing in, just lost the gold expo. He has to hold on to this backside expansion no matter the cost. If he loses this expo, it is pretty much going to be GG, because he's just not going to have any income. The Natural has been mined out, the main has been mined out. This is the last base for Catz, and Deth here making an all-out wonder attack has worked out beautifully. Here comes the backside attack. The drone's hiding in the corner for desperate life, and here comes the Banelings going straight into the Marines, gonna kill off a bunch of Marines, and now the Mutalisks should be able to pick this off. Oh my god, the Thor's doing so much damage. The Thors are going to finish this up. Catz did not spread out those Mutalisks, and now it's up to drones to fight against 2 Thors and 2 Marines. It looks like the drones, indecisive, are going to allow their homeworld to die, And meanwhile, another reinforcing party of Marines gets intercepted by Cat's fungal growth. I'd like to see Catz possibly get some Broodlords out, but he needs minerals so badly. He's got plenty of gas to get Broodlords. He's definitely got the Greater Spire to do it, but he needs minerals to make those Broodlords, and without a hatchery mining, it might not happen. Oh my goodness, Deth, all his Marines, all his mech, deep in the red. You guys can see Deth is just clinging on to survival, but now he's got this expansion going up. He's going to have a fresh influx of income. One base versus no base Zerg. And Catz is getting one Broodlord. That's all he could afford. And unfortunately, the Broodlord is out in the open. It's going to get taken down. Oh no, the Thors take out the Broodlord. And Catz now is in a world of hurt. He never destroyed these backdoor rocks. And of course, that means the drones cannot even distance mine. A couple of Banelings running in, picking off some of the Marines. Now the drones forced to attack. And I think there might be enough drones to hold this off. It's going to be kind of close. Really close. The Thor at 13 health. Focus the Thor down. Good control from Deth. Picking up the Thor. Bringing it to the back. You guys even see how Catz use a transfuse right there. But what an attack by Deth. Deth is going to win this game with 2 Thors and a handful of Marines. Catz here throwing the game away. He had the game in the bag. Oh no, but poor decision making towards the mid and late game. But honestly, such an incredible game from both these players, using Contaminate even on, or what is this called? Corruption. Too many different Zerg barfing spells. And it looks like the Thors will get taken out with that Corruption and the Broodlings. But meanwhile, Deth just making multi-pronged attacks happen. Catz here has still not GG'd because he knows he has got 1800 gas. And he can another Broodlords falls. He knows he's got 1800 gas. All he has to do is get some minerals and he can make some Broodlords, but oh, not the case. He is forced to GG. Deth here wins the game. An incredible Terran versus Zerg, 33 minutes in, and wow. Awesome cast. I love these 2 players' playstyles. Getting hiccups now. I especially love Catz' attack right there at the front door. Early on with those 4 drones, that was an intense start to a 33-minute game. And wow, good GG for both these players. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this broadcast. And if you guys want to see me do an HD tournament, then let me know. Post down below. I'm really considering doing it because, like I said, HDH it might still be a ways away, and I'd like to have a tournament to fill the time. So, and of course, I'll have guest casters coming in. I'll of course ask Husky and everyone else who's a caster in the scene to definitely come in and do some co-casting with me. And it'll be 16 players, so it will be a small tournament. It's not going to be big like HDH2, which has 60 players, but it will be about a couple weeks long. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, and I'll have more games coming out in the near future. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. HD signing out.